Wow! Is that coming on? Is that coming on too strong? Wow! Wow! Wait, that's too weak. Okay. Wow! Wow! There it is. Wow! Look at this. Do you know what this is? It's the Sometimes Vlog!
It's a vlog that happens sometimes.
It's a vlog that happens sometimes. This is my good friend George. George? Everyone? George, welcome back everybody to the Sometimes Vlog. Oh, wait, are we twinning? We're twinning! We're friends. You might recognize George actually from Periscope because late at night sometimes I like to go to George's work, which is a hotel near here where he works as a security guard, and I bother him all night long on Periscope. Anyway, George and I are here at Downtown Disney in Anaheim, California. I'm exactly 1 week away from my trip to Walt Disney World in Florida, where I have never been, to their Downtown Disney, which I'm told is huge, is massive. It's a whole different thing than our Downtown Disney here in Anaheim, which I think came after theirs, right? I think, or something.
Sure did.
So I will show you now the entire Anaheim Downtown Disney, starting at the Disneyland Hotel at the western extremity, all the way to Disneyland Gate. This is going to be a weird vlog because it's after midnight. The park's been closed for 2 hours, and we're just randomly walking through wearing just a couple of guys walking around in the middle of the night wearing the same shirt. Did you wear that on purpose?
No, I didn't.
Did you know what shirt I was wearing today,
No,
bro?
I didn't.
Are you sure? I asked you to hang out, and you were like,
positive.
I gotta wear the same shirt to
No,
impress
no.
my friend.
I had no idea you were in that
It's cool.
shirt.
You're a good friend. Look at this. This is the have sandwich. It's a sandwich place. It's pretty self-explanatory. Here we have ESPN Zone on the left, which, well, on my left, on your what? It's there. Here you have Frank Sinatra music playing really loud. So that's why I'm going to talk so much as we get close to the speakers. I have to talk in rapid fire succession so that the music doesn't humbug the copyright, take down the video, blah blah blah. Anyway, so there's ESPN Zone. Where have you ever been in there?
Yes.
I haven't. So what's in ESPN Zone,
There's
George?
a big arcade on the second floor with a bunch of awesome games.
What games, like air hockey?
Yeah,
just
air
a lot of
hockey.
air hockey.
They actually got this really cool like,
basketball
little,
ones.
They got like a hockey one too, where you can actually shoot pucks at targets.
So kind of like they do at the Science Center, just like
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so you have an arcade on the second floor. What's on the first floor?
Just a restaurant.
And basically people just go in here to drink and watch sports games.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically a sports-themed restaurant. Does Disney own ESPN? I don't think so, right?
I think they do because they own ABC, and ABC and ESPN are
Like
somehow
buddies?
linked together. Yeah.
Okay, so somehow Disney's in this mix somehow.
Yes.
Somehow Disney's in the mix.
Disney's
Hello.
in the mix of everything.
Here we have Rainforest Cafe, which is a place that you cannot get away from Rainforest Cafe. Any big, huge mall, any tourist place in the world, there are Rainforest Cafes. If you don't know what a Rainforest Cafe is, it is a rainforest-themed restaurant. This one's cool. It's awesome. We've seen it before on some of the Sometimes vlogs. You walk in, there's crazy, like, rain going on by this bar. There are fish tanks that feature exotic tropical fish, ocean fish, and, they swim in tubes over your head. You go inside, there's animatronics. It's really wild. The food is pretty good, but it's closed, so I can't show you the inside. But it looks like an Aztec temple here. One of my favorite Rainforest Cafes to look at. Certainly. There's actually a Rainforest Cafe, speaking of Disney World, right outside the gate of Animal Kingdom, I noticed. And I believe a portion of the proceeds from Rainforest Cafe, they donate actually to rainforest charities. I could be wrong. But I think that's part of their gimmick is like, if you eat here, you're saving the rainforest slug. Isn't that exciting, George? You can save a slug. Save a slug. SAS. That's what SAS means. Here you have an AMC theater. That's a movie theater. I feel like that's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty cool though. They did the premiere for Tomorrowland there. They do other things also probably.
They do a lot of cast previews to movies there.
Here?
Yeah.
Oh, do they?
Yeah,
Cast
like,
previews?
Like cast member previews.
So-
Cast members get free tickets to come watch new Disney movies here.
I did not know that. So your parents both work for Disneyland and have for your whole life, basically, right?
Yes.
So you're saying cast members will sometimes get free movie tickets to see new upcoming Disney movies or just any movie?
Before it was here, it used to be in the TDA Center. They got this weird, crazy, like big theater in there.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I've been in that theater.
Yeah.
They showed us a weird video.
I saw Nightmare Before Christmas there.
We gotta get past the speaker. Come on, George, run past the speaker. They have a Disney Vacation Club office in here. But it used to be a store that sold
Like-
movie posters and weird stuff. Just like a little
like
storefront.
autographs and stuff.
And then here we have the monorail station. Oh man, there's this weird spot where it was like kind of nice between the music. Anyway, well, let me ask you about the TDA thing in a minute.
All right.
Then you have the monorail station. This actually used to sit sort of on the road. There used to be a street right here called West Street. Now it's underneath this and it's called Disneyland Drive. But basically the Disneyland Hotel did not used to start back there. The original Disneyland Hotel was here, right about where Rainforest Cafe is, in the parking lot past it. And in front of the Disneyland Hotel was a monorail station on West Street, which was in roughly the exact same spot as this monorail station. There was a gift shop and a monorail station. It was sort of like, it almost has the same feeling as Transportation Ticket Center in Florida, like just that kind of cool, old school vibe. And we used to actually go into Disneyland this way. We would park at the hotel, it was a little bit cheaper, and take the monorail into Disneyland, which you can still take the monorail into Disneyland from downtown Disney, but now it's on Disney property, where when I was a kid, the Disneyland Hotel wasn't even owned by Disney. It's a long story, I've told it before. See yesterday's vlog for that. Anyway, the monorail station is still here, and now as we pass underneath the monorail station, we have the Lego store, the Lego store. I've been inside the Lego store on other vlogs. I won't go into detail, but look at this. Look at this. Did you know these are hollow, George?
They're hollow?
Yeah, tap on them. Tap them good. Just tap on them. Don't break them. You're a big guy now. I know you're strong. Hey, well, tap on a flat part. See how it's hollow?
Yeah, it
so
is
you're
hollow.
see how you're jiggling him?
Ooh.
You're jiggling him. Don't jiggle too hard. Don't jiggle. Don't keep a jiggling, Peggy. Keep a jiggling. Oh man, I look sweaty. But look at that. They're actually hollow. So I've often tried to figure out how do they do that, but they must just build the outside. It seems like they do it in sections. Anyway, I think like that's been on the Sometimes vlog before. Lego store. So that's giant and monolithic Beauty and the Beast. And here we have a scene from Toy Story. Isn't that a great triumphal scene? Next to the monorail station over here, there's a little pin trader's shop. This is actually the go-to place, man. When you're looking for some rare pin, Disney released a new pin today. Everyone rushes to the park. They park at the parking structure, they take their car, and they go into Disneyland. They're like, I gotta get the pin. They line up, and it's crazy. Hello. And they get all crazy. Then they go to World of Disney, like, oh no, they're sold out. So they go to the big World of Disney store, which is down here. We'll find out more about it in a little bit. And they go, I gotta get the pin, I gotta get the new pin. It's always sold out. Bam, go here first. You gotta go here first, man. If you're looking for any pin in the world, come to the Pin Trader store, because seriously, they're doing it all day, and they're out here where even if you don't have a theme park ticket, or even if you are blocked out on blockout dates on your annual pass from the parks, you can come here and trade pins. You can trade them with like homies and ladies and other people who trade pins. Inside are all kinds of other giant Lego things, a wall of Legos. We've seen it on the Sometimes vlog. I like that.
I love this one.
Maleficent is like trying to kill, what is his name, Prince Philip?
Philip.
I think it's Philip, right?
I think so.
Prince Philip. Maleficent's trying to Heimbuck him with her array of super green vomit fire, which is awesome.
What's the name of his horse?
Wheels? I think Prince Philip's horse's name was Wheels.
I can't think of the name.
Do you actually know? Do you know the name?
I know, I can't think of it. I've heard it before.
I mean, I'm saying, are you supposed to know the name?
No, I don't know the name. I was asking you.
No, I don't know. It's probably Wheels. Do you guys know what the name of Prince Philip's horse is?
Oh my god, it does have a name.
But I was saying it's Wheels, maybe. I have
no. That's wrong. That's absolutely wrong.
I have no idea what the name of his horse is. Anyway, I thought I'd ask somebody. I thought maybe you'd be like, yes, I'm a crazy Disney fan. I know everything. Anyway, thank you very much. Okay, so now continuing on, we got a bunch of stands here.
Samson.
And by the way, what? Samson?
That's his name. His name's Samson. The horse.
Like in the Bible?
I'm pretty sure.
Samson? So if you cut off his mane, does he like lose all his power?
Does he lose his power?
Huh? See what I did there? Topical. Right here you have all these little booths. So here you've got high-def tattoos, henna tattoos, and face painting. All the non-committal ways to Heimbuck your face and body and then not have to regret it later. But you see up at the top of all these janky little things are Mickeys, and right here on all the little thingies are Mickeys. So there are hidden Mickeys all over downtown Disney. Now these are things people call hidden Mickeys that I personally say, how is it hidden? It's just part of the design motif because
obvious.
Mickey's part of it.
It's
You can't see because the light obscures it, but on top of each one of these lamps is a little Mickey. That's not a hidden Mickey, it's just part of the design. But anyway, for the sake of argument, this right here is a hidden Mickey. Because I guess if you're not looking for it, you might not notice it. But the original hidden Mickeys were actually in Epcot, and they were put there because there wasn't supposed to be any Mickey image in there in case the park failed. Same thing as Disney California Adventure. There was not supposed to be any Mickey in there. In case the park failed, they wouldn't drag down the iconic characters with it. So they'd have to hide him in there. So it was like, even the management didn't want any Mickeys. So if you're putting Mickey design like that, I don't know that it really qualifies as a quote-unquote hidden Mickey. But anyway, you've got Duncan, like the yo-yos. You got a little hat, hut, and I think they sell those jewels that you can stick on the butt of your pants. What are those called?
I don't know.
One of them definitely sells some butt jewelry. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean. Like, you know, what's the things with the... Maybe you guys know. What is it?
Where did you guys get a drink?
What is it called when you put that stuff on your pants, like and it's like diamonds?
Bejeweled.
Bejeweled! Bejeweled! The intoxicated ladies walking through downtown Disney at midnight knew what it was called. Bejeweled, bedazzled. That's what it is. It's bedazzled, not bejeweled. Bedazzled.
Bedazzled.
Bedazzled stuff. And then here you have a taqueria.
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
Yes.
How would you say it?
Taqueria.
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 Underneath, Tortilla Joe's. Tortilla Joe's is a restaurant I mentioned quite a bit. Oh, over here you have the Jazz Kitchen. We'll get to the Jazz Kitchen in a minute. But over here you have Tortilla Joe's. It's a restaurant Kinda.
Kind of.
I talk about this restaurant all the time though, Tortilla Joe's.
Yeah.
A lot of gluten-free food in there. They have these great soft tacos. This is gonna be boring for people who can eat wheat. Jerk. But for those of us who can't have any wheat, this place has a menu that has like 2/3 gluten-free.
I wasn't eavesdropping, but did you just say they have a lot of gluten-free food?
Oh yeah, a ton of gluten-free food in here. Like 3/4 of the menu is super gluten-free.
Tortilla Joe's?
Yeah, and they have soft tacos with gluten-free that aren't like yellow corn. They actually are like really good tortillas.
Thank you so much. My mom has celiac.
Oh really?
So hearing that, I always got my ears open.
That's awesome. Look at that. The word is spread. Yeah, of
We
course.
totally watch your videos.
That's awesome. What's your name? You're in this
Andy.
vlog now. Andy,
Awesome.
you're in the vlog. What's your
Nice to meet
name?
you.
Jamie.
Jamie, you're in the vlog. Welcome to the vlog. Yeah, let's take the picture very quickly though, so we don't have to stop everyone's
yeah, of course.
day in the vlog. Dun, dun, dun. Now the vlog is in the picture.
Thank you.
Yeah, nice to meet you guys. The Tortilla Joe's right there. So I eat here as much as I possibly can. It's $20 a plate.
Tortilla Joe's?
Yeah, Tortilla Joe's. It's roughly between $15 and $22 a plate.
It's
Which
not
is
bad.
a lot of money, bro.
It's not bad.
But if you are gluten-free, every once in a while you just feel like, I want to go somewhere where I can feel normal, that most of the stuff on the menu is gluten-free. They have a whole separate area to prepare it. I never get sick from it. It's super good Mexican food here. Mexican food.
Look at the guy on the front.
Look at that guy.
Look at Tortilla Joe.
Let's look at that guy. Look at Joe. He looks like he knows a thing or two about tortillas, huh?
Yeah.
George, you're a Hispanical American,
Uh-huh.
and a hysterical one too, when you get going.
Hysterical American.
What is that offensive?
What? That
Joe.
Does that offend me?
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Does it make you excited though? Like, yes, viva. I made Joe, I made George laugh. I did it. No, Jazz Kitchen over here. So here's the thing, $20 a plate, ooh, kind of pricey. That's not counting your drink and your tip. So I squeak out of here about $25 for myself. For one meal, for me, that's a lot of money. I'm not a guy that's ever had money. But it's more the psychological thing when you have to eat gluten-free and you're always worried about, you're always eating this gross food that you can eat something normal. It's really tasty, it's really good. So I like Tortilla Joe's. Over here at Ralph Brennan's Jazz Kitchen, they have fantastic, amazing Southern Creole style food, Cajun food, which I love. They even have some stuff that's gluten-free, but it's about $40 a plate. And then you have House of Blues, which is also very expensive. And on down the line, where the food in downtown Disney is kind of pricey. It's a tourist area, they're fancy restaurants. So $20 a plate for Tortilla Joe's, not that bad. Where Tortilla Joe's gets you is all those $10 margaritas. You order a couple of margaritas, you're going down. I know you're straight edge. I rarely ever drink. So we're okay. We're safe from the margarita terror.
We are fine.
Bam. So then there's House of Blues in Anaheim here. I played on that stage with my band, so I'm cool.
Did I.
You did?
One song.
Were we in the same band?
No.
Oh, cool. Wait, you only played one song? Why?
Yeah, because it was after I was in the band. I came to the show and they
Oh,
invited
you
me to play.
came to
I
your
came-
own
yeah.
band show after you weren't in the band.
Right, and they
then
invited
you
me
did
to
the
play
thing
one
where you're like, I'm going to play one song. That's all. See, my ex-drummer came and played one song while we were playing here. But my current drummer didn't even play the show because he was in another country drumming for someone else. So I had a fill-in drummer. It was a weird night, but I played
And then your
at this
old
House of
drummer
Blues.
filled in for the fill-in drummer.
Yeah, our old drummer filled in for the fill-in drummer for one song just to be like I played at House of Blues. Then over here is the greatest art gallery in the history of Disney art galleries, the Wonderground Gallery. I don't know if that's accurate, but for me, I like coming in the Wonderground Gallery. I've showed it on Periscope sometimes, and I'm actually planning on doing a vlog in here and they get some good art. Whenever Shag does Disney art, you know who Shag is? The artist Shag, or any other artist who gets associated with Disney or Disneyland or does any kind of stuff, like they have hipster Mickey art and different stuff. They come and get their prints in here. My super secret technique, which I will talk about in the future, is they do these big prints and they're kind of pricey, and they do the limited edition canvas prints and all that, but they'll usually also do a postcard, 5x7 postcard version of each one. So I just collect the 5x7 postcards. They're about $5 each. You're supporting the artist, right? You're supporting Disney too, but you're also, a little percentage goes to the artist, so you're supporting the artist. You get the cool art, but you don't like, you have to spend $40 and figure out where you're gonna hang a huge thing.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins, and you're
Everybody
paying it
wins.
forward to art. And a lot of the artists are local, the Wonderground Gallery. So if you come to downtown Disney for nothing else, I would honestly come out here. Then here you have D Street, which is the first of many weird Disney stores. Each one of these stores has evolved so gradually and weird that I don't even remember what was in here when it opened, but I know it wasn't all this stuff.
I don't remember what this was.
Just a couple weeks ago, this was all Star Wars stuff in the front of here, and now it's D-Tech on Demand. Look at this, it just changed. D-Tech on Demand. D-Tech apparently means cases for your iPhone. A lot of them. There's Once Upon a Time, Mindy Beth. There's Star Wars case, lots of cases. So if you love phone cases, this is the place for you.
Do we know how to pronounce her name now?
Oh, murder.
America, right? We decided
America.
We decided America?
We decided America was the name of the Scottish princess. America. In here, they do have a lot of Star Wars collectibles and a lot of Star Wars stuff. They also have a lot of Marvel stuff and like really cool weird t-shirts you can't see anywhere else. So there's really cool stuff inside D Street. I'm spending too much time on it. Over here is a Build-A-Bear workshop. I feel like most people know what that is, right? Do you know what a Build-A-Bear is?
Everybody knows Build-A-Bear.
Okay, everybody knows Build-A-Bear. You build a bear. There's one there. It's 2 stories. It's cool. There's that rhymed a lot.
Everybody knows Build-A-Bear. You build a bear.
Yeah, you build a bear. You build it there. Little mismatches underneath, which is like a weird little kid's sock store. There's a lot of Vinylmation in D Street, by the way. Then over here, there's Authentic Fossil. So that's a brand. So it's just a clothing store, a normal one. Then there's the Disney Vault, which is now. I feel like when it started, it was a lot of high-end Disney collectibles, and now it's all like ladies' handbags. Like you can get a Haunted Mansion purse and stuff in there. It's just a lot of purses. I can't go in. Purses and weird dresses.
By the name, you would think it would be like vintage Disney stuff.
I think that's what it started as, and then it turned into that. Cause see how there's like the vault door and all this stuff. So you were like, oh, rare art and it's different stuff. And now when you go in there, it's seriously like, I don't know if we can see actually. There's just a lot of purses. Like. Seriously though, there's a Peter Pan purse, a Pirates of the Caribbean purse. Oh, I almost dropped you there. I'm sorry. I should just not. That's why I wasn't a cheerleader, you know, because I drop people. So there we go. Purses, a lot of purses. Were you just playing with that?
Because it's cool, man.
It won't open. Maybe if you get the combo right. Does that turn?
No, it doesn't turn.
Are you sure? Try it again. George, have you ever stolen anything? You can tell us. It's just us.
I've never stolen
No
anything.
one will. Come on, no one.
I stole a pack of Pokemon cards.
Did you actually?
Don't make me talk about it.
Nuh-uh, did you actually?
Yeah, I did.
Was there actually a time in your life? How old were you?
I think I was 11.
I think I told you the story when I was a little kid. Was it you I was telling, or just Periscope in
I
general?
don't think you told me.
When I was a little kid, that we had this like neighborhood kid that like ran all the other kids. He had this little ring of like you have to.
Well, you gotta like pay tribute to him?
No, you had to like go into like the store across the street and
Yeah,
like steal candy for him. So if he gets 10 kids to steal candy for him, he's got a bunch more candy than what he could steal. Shoplift. So he'd be like, oh, you're not cool if you don't shoplift and all this stuff. Well, they made me shoplift. They threatened me. I was little. I was probably like 10 or maybe younger. And they're like, just take the bag of Skittles and put it in your pocket and you just walk out and I'll never make you do it again. And I was like, okay. This kid had beat me up several times. So I was actually like afraid of him. So I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then everyone will respect me in my neighborhood. I lived in kind of a bad neighborhood. Everyone will respect me in my neighborhood. So I put it in my, so this is my entire criminal career. I put the Skittles in my pocket. I think there might have been some of those large, chewy Sweet Tarts too. Whatever the candy was in my pocket, and I like put my hand on my pocket like the dead giveaway and like walked out of the store like
So
this.
they don't make any noise.
And all in my head I was thinking, I've heard about this, I'm going to hell. I swear, I'm thinking as a kid, I'm thinking, I'm going to hell. Even if I don't get caught, I'm going to hell. And I remember seeing an employee look at me, or was walking past me, so I looked at him almost like, help me. I must have. Because he looked at me like, what's wrong with this kid? And then he realized, he's stealing candy. And they stopped me, they pulled me in. What do you got, son? What's wrong with you, son? I was totally busted. My mom was disappointed. She didn't talk to me for like forever. And then we all cried, and I've never stolen anything. Ever again. Because it just broke my own heart. To break my mother's heart. True story. That was my grand criminal career. So I never worked my way up to safe crack.
Short-lived career, man.
My short-lived career. I could have been one of the greats.
Safe crackers?
Maybe, if I'd applied myself. My teacher said that I could do anything if I just applied myself. So
Same here.
I'm assuming it's.
George, you don't apply yourself.
Yeah. Why didn't you ever apply yourself?
Because I was too punk rock, man.
Really? Oh, okay. I thought that was a real reason. Anyway, moving on. There's also this weird thing, the Uva bar. I don't know what that means. So there's the Catal restaurant and the Uva bar. It's UVA. Uva? Uva? There's a restaurant down here and up here.
It's open.
And here. Really? That's not open on purpose. And then out here they have this weird bar, which people are always drinking at, even in the daytime while it's raining. I never understood it, and Uva bar sounds way too feminine for all of the tattooed, muscular biker type people that you see there at different times, but they're there. I don't know why Uva sounds feminine to me. I think it's because I think of Uma Thurman. Anyway, bam. Ride Makers. We should talk about Ride Makers. Ride Makers here is a place where you can make remote control cars, kind of the way you build a bear. Build-A-Bear,
but for cars.
Have you built a car here? No. I haven't either. It's too expensive.
It is expensive.
It's like 50, 60 bucks, I think, to do an RC car.
I think it's like 80s.
No, I think it's less than that. Probably 80 if you went with all the bells and whistles, but you can get an RC car, you can get like Lightning McQueen, and sometimes they have Batmobiles, but now they've switched it all to Marvel stuff. I think Disney owns it. You get a Tow Mater, and you can make them all RC, and then you can make them all flashy. You can get them all chrome. Bromater. Bromater. He's all flashy. I don't know if you can see because of the glare, but Ride Maker's pretty cool. It looks all extreme. Build your ride.
I'd
so you go in
definitely
there.
be into that if I were a kid.
Wetzel's Pretzels. Kid? I'd be into it now if I had the money. Wetzel's Pretzels. Maybe we'll do a vlog of that one day. We'll get some money and we'll build a Ride Maker. Wetzel's Pretzels, I feel like you all know what that is if you've ever been a teenager and wanted to hit on the other teenagers that work at the mall.
Everybody knows
Hot dog on the stick. Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Hot dog on the stick, though, when I was a teenager. Like when I was 15, the cutest 15-year-old girls all worked at the hot dog on the stick. 16 and up. So they were a little older than me. So I'd go in there and be like, hey.
Maybe he liked older women.
I know that you're 18 and I'm 16, but I have my own car and we should hang out. It wasn't my own car at all. It was my parents' minivan that they didn't use anymore because I was 16, so why did they need to drive me around in a minivan? And I would drive it to the Main Place Mall in Santa Ana and try and talk to the girls at Hot Dog on a Stick with absolutely no success whatsoever. Still never dated a hot dog on a stick girl. What are you gonna do? Bam! Marceline's Confectionery is a little tribute to Walt Disney, obviously Marceline. This is the out of the park spot where you can buy all of the Disneyland treats, so the Matterhorn macaroons and the caramel apples. The caramel apples or caramel? The I don't caramel apples, what they're pronounced in here. So all those delicious Disneyland treats are also available here at Marceline's Confectionery outside the park boundaries. Also a little candy store in there too. And then here you have Anna and Elsa's Boutique. This is the most like really thing. So right across from Haagen-Dazs, and this must have been some, I don't remember what this was. It was some Disney gift store of some kind.
It's called, wasn't it called like Disney 431 or something? Disney 411?
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember at all.
It was like, there was like a Disney Channel segment and they made a store out of it.
That's true, because you know what? They had a stage out here once, and they had Miley Cyrus out here when she was Hannah Montana in the earlier days when that wouldn't have caused a total riot. Some weird weekday morning, and they had her, this is years ago, they had her out here to be on Disney Radio, and there was a big crowd, But I came walking through here like, what are all these little girls doing here at like 9 in the morning on a Tuesday?
Yeah.
And it was because Hannah Montana was there. I had no idea what that was. And it was right at the beginning of the huge craze. So people were like, oh, have you ever seen like Miley Cyrus? Yes. A million years ago when she was basically still a kid when I went walking through here.
I've seen Miley Cyrus twice.
Why?
my
Oh,
job.
because you work at the Honda Center sometimes. Security guarding celebrities. Who's the famousest person you ever seen besides me?
The most famous person I've ever seen?
Yeah.
Probably...
Richard Nixon.
No.
Don Quixote.
Would you consider the Dalai Lama like the most famous person ever?
Probably one of the most famous people alive.
Yeah.
Maybe him and Obama are tied. Or
Dalai Lama. Then.
you saw the Dalai Lama
He was there like last month.
at the Honda Center?
Yeah, he had his
doing
bir-
what?
He had his birthday celebration there. Birthday celebration.
The Dalai Lama had his
Dalai
birthday
Lama.
party at the Anaheim pond?
Yeah. Arrowhead Pond of Anaheim.
You're lying.
I'm not lying.
Where the Ducks play. What did he
Yeah.
pick it, or did his monk friends
I
be
don't
like, you know, we know what the Dalai Lama would really like? Hockey rink.
I don't know if he picked it or not, but he
Did
was
they
there.
go? Did they go ice skating? What did they do there?
There was no ice on the.
George, what did they do? At the,
It was like this long, big presentation. They had a bunch of speakers and stuff.
like,
I was backstage, so I didn't get to
go
see.
Dolly.
I didn't
go
get to see
Dolly.
most of it.
I like the Dalai Lama. He seems like a really funny, nice guy. Did you talk to him?
No, but we made eye contact. He nodded, and I nodded back.
Get out of town, George! I didn't know you did anything creative. Buddhist? I don't know. Is he Buddhist? Yeah, I guess he's Buddhist. The Dalai Lama's Buddhist.
I don't know. Is he Buddhist?
Yeah, he's Buddhist. Dude, that's cool, man. That's like that's a big deal.
It was interesting,
That'd be
yeah.
like seeing the president
Yeah.
of
Well,
of a religion.
They had Secret Service there and everything. Yeah, I had to get a background check to make sure it was okay for me to be backstage near him and stuff.
You never told me this.
Yeah.
I thought we were friends. That's so weird. Then over here you have, what is that? Sanuk. Sanuk? That's a shoe place. They sell sandals a lot. I've never known how to pronounce that. You can see it for yourselves here. Here you have a Sephora store. Oh yeah, anyway, so whatever that was, they turned it to Anna and Elsa's Boutique. If you guys are all mad that Frozen's about to take over the Aladdin show at DCA, oh boy, I know you're piping hot mad about that. And Frozen's taking over. Well, we've been used to that in Anaheim for quite a while because there's literally an entire store that only has Frozen products. They have little Frozen beauty boutique area where you can get your hair did like Frozen. You can get the glitter face like Elsa, the queen, and you can get all Frozen and just get Frozen about it.
It's wonderful.
It's a lot of Frozen. What do you think about Frozen? Listen, it's a good movie, by the way. It's okay. But I felt like Tangled was better. Frozen is a good movie, but there's sure a lot of Frozen stuff around, and I don't remember when that movie came out, but I remember thinking, wow, it's crazy, it's a big phenomenon. But in 2 or 3 years,
It'll die down.
but it really,
It's not going anywhere.
and the thing is everyone thinks Disney's pushing it so hard, but I don't think they'd be able to push it so hard if there wasn't a receptive customer base. Which
Whoa.
means there are that many people that still are buying Frozen stuff. Whoa, look at this kid.
It's the kids that want.
You think this kid's into Frozen? That looks like a boy mannequin that they just wanted to disguise as a sassy short-haired girl mannequin.
It's like a pixie fairy.
Yeah, or maybe it looks like, actually it looks like a British version of Peter Pan wearing a Frozen shirt. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
Give me the
the
Pan
statue,
Pies.
right?
Somebody photoshopped Tinkerbell on that guy's shoulder. It's Peter Pan. So there you go, there's a whole Frozen store. If that doesn't make you sick to your stomach, well then good for you, you like Frozen, and I'm glad for you.
Frozen.
It doesn't make me sick to my stomach either because I don't hate Frozen. If it does make you sick to your stomach, you should probably stop hating it so much. It's here to stay and it's gonna bug you a lot if you don't just let it go.
How long do you think that
Let it
show-
go, let it go. See what I did there?
How long do
Took
you
a
think that
long
show-
time, but I got there.
How long do you think that show's gonna be at DCA?
Not as
So-
long as Aladdin lasted.
Because Aladdin's been there a really long time.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna last as long as Aladdin. That's a whole separate vlog. Basically, there's a really good live Aladdin show in DCA,
Fantastic show.
and they're replacing it with a Frozen show, which I'm sure will be good, but longevity-wise, who knows? Who knows? There is an entrance to the Grand Californian Hotel.
AKA my favorite place in the world.
So here, behind and above the stores, you can now see the hotel. So there's a hotel in downtown Disney as well. By the way, when we were looking at those booths, the Dunkin' booth and all that, we were actually on a bridge crossing over Disneyland Drive, which used to be West Street. That's where I do the long, lonely walk of loneliness. Here's Naples, which is the pizza place. Basically a fancy pizza place where they have pasta and stuff too. Sephora, I feel like every lady knows what Sephora is, and some of the men. Jamba Juice, everybody knows what that is, unless you're a guy that's never had a girlfriend, or Juice. Roxy and Quicksilver, which are really the same company. When I was a kid, not a kid even, when I was in junior high school, if you didn't own any Quicksilver clothes, you were like a loser. In Southern California, if you didn't have some Quicksilver clothes, it was like, you were either like into like hip hop stuff, or you were into like surf and skate stuff. It was kind of the weird dividing line then. If you were into like rock and roll stuff, you had to wear some like surf stuff for a while, and skate stuff. And Quicksilver was like it. Quicksilver was like surf and snowboard, see, combined. So there was the wave and the mountain. Surfing and snowboarding, and then I don't know how skateboarding fits into the logo, but also skateboarding type stuff. So surfing and snowboarding, there was this big craze in the 90s for like, yeah, we all snowboard in Southern California where it's really hot and we have very little snow and it's very difficult to go snowboarding. There's this craze for, we're snowboarders, brah. I'm not even a surfer, brah. I'm not even a skater, brah. I'm more into like snowboarding, brah. And you knew half the kids were lying because there's like, where's the snow at, bro? You don't have any money. You've never been out of Anaheim. It don't snow in Anaheim. Okay, maybe on the Matterhorn, or in the parades sometimes. Anyway, and all the girls would wear Roxy, and I never knew they were the same company, and it took me 1,000,000 years to realize that the Roxy logo is just two Quicksilver logos tilted into the shape of a heart. See? It's just two of those tilted in. And why I could never figure that out as a kid, I don't know.
Mind blown.
Did you ever know that?
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, well see, why?
But
you got two eyes
for
and a
all
brain?
those people who have never knew, mind blown.
For all three of them that never noticed. I don't know why I didn't notice, and I was like, hey everybody, did you ever notice this? And literally every person I've ever said that to is like, yup, pretty obvious.
Clever.
But for some reason, when I was younger, I just never noticed that. Probably because I was junior high school aged, and it was girls' clothing, and there were girls wherever that was. So I wasn't looking at the logo. I was looking deeply into their eyes, saying, what do you smell like? I don't know what. Who knows? Anyway, now we've passed all the shops on this side. Over here, there is a sunglass icon by Sunglass Hut. Don't know why it can't just be another Sunglass Hut. Here is the biggest Starbucks in Orange County in terms of sales, I'm sure. The Starbucks of downtown Disney. It's pretty new. They just recently opened this Starbucks. Pretty nice, pretty swanky place. They got a bathroom in there, a couple of coffee grinders probably. What else? What's in Starbucks? I don't even know.
Coffee?
Coffee! And then, I'm just kidding, I know that. Look over here is a fountain. Behind all of this area is the tram loading and unloading for Disneyland. And then on our right-hand side is World of Disney, the hugest store of Disney stuff. All of the stuff at DCA and Disneyland, pretty much. Not a lot of the specific DCA stuff or specific like stuff, but almost all of the stuff you can buy in the parks you can buy from this massive Disney store, World of Disney, which we are walking along now. I'm not going to break the walk so you can get a sense of how long it is by how long I'm walking, and I'll show you the end of it. This is all fountain area. People sit out here. Here's a place where people draw your portraits. There's a couple of little booths. There's like a little mobile Best Buy type of thing over here. Bam, we are still going. We're now about the halfway point of the World of Disney store. Look at this. Look at this. You can see the World of Disney. It's so massive, you'd have to back way up to get that sign. World of Disney over there. Tram loading area. Tram loading area there. World of Disney there. George there. Behind us, Disneyland Hotel way back there. Still going on World of Disney. All one massive store. All the products from the theme parks, plus all the clothing, plus some pretty cool window displays. We don't have time to stop, George. Don't stop. Don't even think about stopping.
Not stopping.
Oh, here's one for the Diamond Celebration. Here's one for 60th anniversary. Here's that Gadgets to Go place. I thought it was a mobile Best Buy, but I guess it's not. It's another place. They sell iPhone cables and stuff like that. Bam! We have finally reached the end. The World of Disney entrance that points towards Disneyland. You can see that cast member in there working hard to put away some shirts. Bam! World of Disney. And they have this giant eyeball here. So however long that was, we were walking pretty fast. And how tall are you? 6 foot? 6 foot tall dudes walking at a pretty quick pace. However long that was, that's how big the store is. See, somebody out there is doing the math. If a train is traveling at 60 miles per hour and a goat on the roof is spinning around in a circle and dies and flips upside down, falls off the train into a river, and lands on a tugboat going 30 knots.
How hot was it that day?
Bam, nailed it. So there's World of Disney. And that is pointing itself right over here to this weird fountain. There is La Brea Bakery, which is a bread place that has wine apparently. I can't eat gluten. I don't really drink, so I have no reason to ever go in this place ever, and I don't. La Brea Bakery. That's really hard to say. Say that.
La Brea Bakery.
La Brea Bakery. And it's next to this sunflower fountain. I don't know what the name of this fountain is. I've never figured it out. It's like a flower, and it's magic. I always call it the enchanted fountain. It goes up. It does fountainy stuff. And you can see the music has switched from like Sinatra and stuff to listen to this. Look at that moon too. So it's becoming more and more Disney themed. Once you pass the entrance to World of Disney, all the music becomes Disneyland's Esplanade theme. So here you go. The tram unloads here. Downtown Disney is here. Man, this is the cheap seats for the fireworks, by the way, because you don't have to pay any admission. All the people watch the fireworks from right here. And it totally humbucks traffic right here. People are screaming, and don't ever come here during the fireworks. It's just a nightmare. Wait, time your visit before and or after. So here you go. You come into here, they check your bag, and you are in the center. Well, we're not yet, so we're coming this way through the bag check. How do you like bag checks, George?
How do I like bag checks?
Yeah.
I love them.
Do you know what they have at Disney World that they do not have here? At every park that I went to, they have a line for people with no bags.
Oh, do they really?
And if there's one complaint I have, it's that there's no line for people with no bags. Because I come through all the time with just my cell phone or just whatever, annual pass holders, whoever. I don't have any bags. You go to your car and you come back. You don't have a bag. You have to wait in line behind all the strollers and all the people that do have bags who are getting checked the first time of the day. And what that does is it clogs up the line with a bunch of people who shouldn't even be standing in the line.
Right.
Makes the lines really long, then people are trying to switch lines. It just gets crazy. Anyway, once you come through there and they made sure that you're not carrying any contraband, that's a good way of putting it without being any more specific. You will pass these ticket booths on the left and right, a massive amount of ticket booths.
You can see the prices.
You can see the price. How much for a single day to Disneyland?
Park hopper or just one day?
It's 1 day, 1 park. 1 day for Disneyland. Just Disneyland 1 day. How much is it? What are we looking at? I already saw it.
99 bucks.
99 bucks.
If you're 10,
99 bucks. How much if you're under 10 though?
93.
What a saving.
For ages 3 to 9, it's 93 bucks.
So for 100 bones, you can visit Disneyland. I honestly think that's worth it if you live far away and you were only ever going to come once. Because Disneyland has a lot of amazing stuff in it, and it's so much heads and shoulders above other theme parks that are all 50, 60 bucks. It's worth the money. I've paid $25 to go into museums where there was about an hour's worth of entertainment in it, and felt like, okay. And I'm not a rich guy. I'm talking about when I was skint, poor, $200 a month to live off of for groceries and everything. I spent $20 going into a museum, and then you didn't regret the money at the end. You're like, okay, I guess it was worth it. I saw
money well spent.
Yeah, so $100 for Disneyland, sure. And you'll pass the way to go though if you're gonna come multiple times, obviously. Yeah. So now we are in the center between Disney California Adventure and, of course, Disneyland. What?
Trolley running right now?
What? There is, the red car's running. And look, they're using it to hose off the streets. They actually have a pressure washer on board of the red car trolley.
That's awesome.
And they're using it to pressure washer the street. That's clever.
Nice.
You gotta arrive. How's it going, man? You have to operate the attraction at night to make sure it's running. You have to inspect the tracks. You gotta do maintenance on the car. Why not run it up and down and wash at the same time? Yeah, I don't know if anyone watching the vlog can see, but that is genius. We learned something today.
We did learn something today.
We learned, even though your parents are both cast members, so you probably could have just asked.
It's more fun this way.
It is more fun this way. So anyway, here we are in the center. This was all parking lot as far as this was Old Man Disney owned all of this. This was all parking lot as far as I could see until 2001, when this opened up February 8th, 2001, I believe. Am I correct? Am I correct? I'm pretty close. If I'm not correct, that's pretty dang close. 2001, much to the disappointment of everyone who had waited for it, it was pretty bad. But it's actually pretty decent now.
It's gotten a lot better.
I used to hate DCA, like to a ridiculously high degree. Couldn't stand it. I hated it. Wanted it to be a parking lot. Did not understand why I had to park so far away to come to Disneyland. Like, you used to park right here, and you're a little kid, and you're like, Hold this really quick. Yep. Ha! 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 And then now there was trams and there was parking structures. And I didn't understand, but now DCA's got Aladdin. Not for long, I know, but it's got all these things in it that I really do like and appreciate. It took going there a lot with people that I really like and respect. And this year I went there a lot when Allie would come because she liked it. I've gone there a lot to do vlogs and different stuff with Adam. So between now that I've gone there with my friends a lot, I created good memories there and I really like it.
I can't say I ever hated it, but I wasn't impressed.
I started way negative and now I'm good with it. I like it.
Impressed at all.
But it's still one of my least favorite Disney parks. Of the 16 parks in North America, I'd have to say I rate DCA at the bottom.
Well, I'd switch it for Epcot in a heartbeat.
Yeah, oh for sure. But what do you think is better, DCA or Animal Kingdom? And listen, even if DCA is at the bottom of the list, it's still way heads and shoulders above any other theme park anywhere. I'm just saying.
Sure, yeah.
I'm just saying for the Disney parks.
DCA or Animal Kingdom?
Yeah.
DCA.
Okay, so Animal Kingdom might be people's least favorite, but that's because it's a totally different type of thing.
Yeah.
It's not really a theme park.
Really
it's like
Disney.
a very
It's
fancy
like
zoo.
It's like a zoo with rides.
Yeah, I like it though. Look at this. See all those lights? See all the Halloween lights going on the other side of it? I don't know if that's because they're having a special event on the other side of this, or they're preparing and testing all those lights for Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party and Villains Day. Villains Day is basically Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, but with a lot of villains dressed up.
A lot of villains
and
walking around, yeah.
it's open to everyone, so there's a million people. Yeah, they're definitely testing those Halloween lights. Look, you can see the blue lights and all the different lights up there. So here you go. This is what Disneyland looks like 2 hours. What are we, 2-3 hours after park closing? Several hours. The park closed at 10 tonight, and it is now 12:20. So if the park had closed at midnight, this would be the equivalent of about 2:20 in the morning for Disneyland.
Yeah.
So Disneyland is closed, and I'm sticking my arm through the gate. So you are all inside Disneyland after closing, like way after. No one is allowed in there.
Dude, I would love to hop the gate and just walk around.
You know, we could hop this gate,
It would be fairly easy.
but the thing is, by the time we hit the ground on the other side, there'd be
get
somebody
tapped.
out here telling us to please never come back.
Yeah.
And George, even if that wasn't embarrassing, it would break my heart. Now, I never break any Disney rules. Now, you grew up, now we're done. There you go, all downtown Disney. But you grew up, ta-da, look at all these pumpkin heads. Crazy. You grew up having two cast member parents, two parents who worked at Disneyland. So you grew up at Disneyland like I grew up here.
Yeah.
Even more, probably.
Yes.
You came here all the time, every chance.
Every...
What, once a week?
Probably like, no, like maybe anywhere between 2 to 4 times a week.
2 to 4 times a week.
From the ages of 12 through roughly 16, 17.
Because your parents worked here, so as soon
Yeah.
as you were old enough to drop off in the park alone, they were like, you go in the park,
Have at it.
I'm sort of nearby, and you got in for free, and you hung out at Disneyland. See, look at the lighting in there. Look at bizarro Disneyland lighting back there through the tunnel. You see that? Do you guys even see that? It's all blue and creepy. See how Main Street's creepy? It's not all lit up. Most of the lights are up there, blue creepy lights. I don't know if those are testing lights or those are just on because of maintenance and because it's closed. Weird. Because I know. Anyway. So you grew up coming here quite a bit, but never having been a cast member yourself, you
Right.
still don't know what it looks like to walk around in Disneyland at 2 in the morning by yourself. Neither do I, and I would love to know.
Well, I would like to try and stay in the park as long as possible after closing.
Yeah,
I would try.
yeah, well, so do I. I've been in there all the way till
Yeah.
1.
So I have walked through there, you know, when there's really nobody around, but
It's different.
Yeah,
it's different if
yeah.
someone was like, hey, want to go in the Haunted Mansion? All the lights are on. We're
Yeah.
sleeping it out.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
I would love to do that. Of course I would love to do that. If I was ever allowed to do it, I would do it.
Stroll.
I will never, hey, stroller, I will never do it unallowed to do it. So what I'm just going to get to, though, is because you grew up here and you had cast member parents, you can't get away with anything. You can't break the rules. Because if you were to break the rules, it would be big trouble not only for you, because your
On the
parents,
parents,
but
yeah.
on them.
Yeah.
So it'd be double.
That's why when I would come here with
Are you
friends,
just so used to having, because you have a kid,
Yeah.
so you're just so used to pushing a stroller that you needed to do, is that just like instinct? Like,
Well,
I
was
must push
I
the
was gonna try
child.
and push it with over that one over there.
What?
I was gonna try and push it with that one right over there.
Why?
Why not?
You just wanted them to be together?
Make someone's job easier.
It's like a new Pixar short. The strollers, they're together, they're happy. People are happier when they're with somebody else.
What I was gonna say is, when I would come with friends, when my parents would sign us all in,
Yeah.
I had friends that were a bit more mischievous, you know, that like to act up.
Mischievous, you say?
So I
Act
would-
up like what? Just
So
kidding.
I would,
I'm just kidding. Oh, I'm just kidding, George. I'm just kidding. Just pranking you. Just pranking you, George. Oh yeah, mischievous. Yes. Anyways.
Yeah, you know, they would like to act up and, you know, do stupid stuff.
Like
So-
cuddle with people's dogs.
Yeah. So I would take their tickets from them and hold it myself.
Oh.
That way, if anything happened, I'd be like, hey, I don't know this guy.
Right. So it wouldn't have your parents' name
So
on it.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure that
Yeah,
the
when you
name's
sign
on every,
somebody in.
yeah, your name's on
Yep.
every ticket.
Yep,
So.
that's true. That's
And even
true.
if it's not, they can, you know, scan it and say, hey, so this guy signed you in.
Well, see, now I have basically held myself to that same type of standard where as soon as I started doing the videos, not that I was breaking the rules before, but as soon as I started doing the videos, whoo, I love that slap. So weird. I realized that people were going to recognize me. I'm like, man, I can't even litter here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be able to get away with it. Now, I was telling this story on Periscope, and I'll tell this story and then I'll end this vlog.
That is pretty cool.
I went to Universal Studios one day, not long ago. I think there was a vlog about it, and I went with Allie, and then we were there, and I don't remember what we were doing, but it was like one of those weird days where it closed early, so we drove back down to Disneyland afterwards. Like, let's go to Disneyland and wash off the night with Disney. So,
It's a great way to end the night.
so I had a Universal Studios map in my back pocket. So we went to Pizzaport, we're eating dinner, and we're watching the fireworks at dinner, and it was this just nice moment, and it was so perfect, and everything was great. And I reached into my back pocket, and I've got this Universal Studios map. So I stuck the map, bam, out on the table, and I thought to myself, you're gonna leave this, you'll throw your trash away, your food away, but you're gonna leave this map on the table because one of those sweeper guys sweeping up is gonna come by and pick it up like, dang it, who left this trash? But then they're gonna look at it closer and go, huh? This isn't a Disneyland map. This is a Universal map. And be confused, and it'll be so funny. Like putting the bag of poo on the doorstep and like, stop, it's a fire bag. Oh no, it was a poo bag. But kind of, you know, like a prank, it'll be funny. It's kind of harmless. So I put the map down and I'm giggling like a little girl. Even, you know, she's looking at me like, what? And I'm like, this is gonna be so funny, watch, ha ha. We go away, and I'm looking, and I see the guy pick it up, and he looks around, he does a double take, and he looks around, like he's looking for me, but I'm like, hiding. And he makes this like disgusted look, like, crumples it up, and like throws it in his bag, like he's gonna throw it away. And I was like, happy, because I had that double take moment of like, see, it really confused him that it was a Universal map, but I was confused by like the expression, like the, come on, man, look. Like, oh, really? I thought it would be more funny and less of a bummer. Not even 5 minutes later, he must have gone on break or something. Not even 5 minutes later, so I'm still like thinking like, yeah, cool, I got away with my mixed results prank. I get this tag in a tweet that says, when @JustinScarred leaves a Universal Studios map on the table you're cleaning. And I realize I'm never gonna get away with anything at this place ever again. Not even funny stuff that isn't breaking a rule. So I would double never jump over those gates.
Dude, that's funny.
Ever.
What about, didn't you bring like a fork from Universal and leave it there?
I did once. I got a fork from Universal Studios to bring at Pizzaport. And I was gonna do the reverse and I never did. I wanted to do the old switcheroo and it never happened.
No, that's what it is.
Oh, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Where are we going, George? What does it all mean?
I really want to go inside the lobby of Grand California.
Okay, let's do that. But what does it all mean, though?
It means whatever you want it to mean.
All right. Okay. That's a weird. That was way more hippie-ish than I expected.
Hippie-ish?
Well, yeah, it means whatever you want it to mean. I meant, what does it all mean?
What does it all mean?
Yeah. There you go. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, George's answer. So here we go. Into the Grand California Hotel, past more creepy frozen children at the Creepy Frozen Boutique. Which isn't normally creepy, but at nighttime when I'm walking past all these mannequins, something about mannequins at night creeps me out. There was this movie in the 80s. There was two movies, one about mannequins coming to life, and one about one mannequin that came to life where the girl was going to be a stepmom, but she came from a mannequin, and she filled in as a step. Right? Am I wrong? Am I remembering that wrong? And it was so creepy, and the mannequins came to life and like helped her become a real person at the end. The mannequin becomes a real mom for this girl and her dad. It's a weird, there was a lot going on. There was Splash. There was a lot of weird movies in the 80s, but That's the way I remember it. I could be wrong, but ever since then, mannequins creep me out when it's nighttime and I'm all alone. Makeup also creeps me out a little bit. I'm lying about that. And into Grand California we go. Look at it. Isn't it beautiful, man? It's a beautiful place. All right, Grand California, though, is a vlog for an entirely separate day. So we got to wrap this up. This is one of the longest vlogs in history.
Is it really?
It's up there, man. It's 50 minutes.
Wow.
It's up in the neighborhood of one of the longest vlogs.
I did not know we were walking around and talking that long.
Well, when you're with me, there's a lot of talking, a lot of walking, and a lot of loving, a lot of friendship, a lot of time spent, a lot of looking at things, a lot of interesting things. Yeah, you never know. It feels so natural. You just talk for an hour, you're uninterrupted, you're keeping it spicy. The Sometimes vlog, it's a talent that nobody appreciates. Look what I can do. It's like being a radio host, but you have to use your arms and hold a phone up for a long time, which doesn't sound heavy until you try it. I challenge you to get your cell phone out. You can switch hands, but you always have to keep it up at face level and hold your cell phone like that for an hour. You can switch hands, but you cannot put it down, ever. Try it. It's super hardcore. Then you guys will know why I have this manly physique. Don't laugh, George. Don't laugh. Dang it, George, laugh. Okay. So here you go. We're going into the lobby of the Grand California Hotel. I'm getting ready for next week, going to Walt Disney World. I don't know why I'm whispering. It's the library. Look at this. Ooh. Here's the front desk. Here's this. I don't know what you call this area. The lounge. The Hearthstone Lounge, I think is actually what it's called. Because the Hearthstone, this looks like a giant fireplace. California craftsman inspired. This is a whole separate vlog for a whole separate day. Thank you guys for watching this crazy walkabout with George there. I'm having one of the worst couple of days of my entire life, but I hope you weren't able to notice because I'm hoping that this quest for positivity thing and thinking on the bright side and hanging out with positive people and trying to take your mind off your problems and put your mind on the work that you need to get done and put your mind on the things that you're grateful for, like good friends like George here and things like this fine mahogany, does actually work. So, I'm not even kidding you. This might be some of the worst days I've ever had in my entire life. And I'm doing okay. And the reason I'm doing better than I would normally be doing is because all that quest for positivity stuff actually does work. Think about what you're grateful. Try to forgive. Let the stress out. There's a bunch of stuff that's wrong, but I like to think that it's going to work out for the best. I like to think that. It might not, but I'm going to think it anyways, because I choose to. I don't remember what I was talking about.
Everybody has a choice.
Yes. Kmart or Walmart. And that's it.
Walmart.
Well, between those two, probably. Yeah, me
Walmart,
too.
for sure, yeah.
Also, there's a weird pelican statue over there, and just by looking at it, you've done your duty. You can go home and sleep